Yes, okay, let's continue. Now what we need is we need either region wise performance either by sales or profit. Depend upon my radio button selection, it should give me uh, chart either by sales or profit. Now let's see how to do that. Okay, I will let me first bring my profit here. Okay, now same thing we'll do. Okay, we'll do for profit also. Okay, very first thing we need to apply a cell link for my radio buttons. Okay, I'll just randomly select any cell for my radio button. Let's say if I select कौन सा भी एक ले लो यार क्या I'll take U1. अरे U1 में तो ऑलरेडी वैल्यू है यार. Format control, let's select AC1. Okay, now good thing about radio button is, like, irrespective of how many radio buttons you have in your dashboards, you just need to apply cell link only once, only one radio button. What I mean to say is, like, say when I am currently this radio buttons is selected, it is giving me one as a value. So when I select profit, it has automatically linked this radio button and it is giving me 2 as a value. Okay, any questions, any confusion? So when I select, I just applied this cell link only on the first radio button, only other, and it automatically takes it for the second, third, fourth radio button. I just applied on one and it has automatically taken radio buttons for my second. So there could be a scenario where you want to use more than three or four radio buttons in your dashboard. Good thing is you just need to link it only once. Now when I'm selecting this, it is giving me one, and I'm selecting profit. Selecting profit, it is giving me 2. I'll just color code this as a yellow. Now let me bring profit into my same thing. We'll do the same thing that we did for sales. Okay, I'll just name it as sales for now. We need to do the same thing for profit. Equal to, I'll go to my pivot. I have profit here. We have sales and profit. Same thing I'll do. I'll just link it with my pivot profit. Okay, so giving me profit. You can see here. This is giving me profit. Now I will make it dynamic. It is giving me a static values. I want to link it with my central. Okay, this cells, and my segment will be corporate. I'll freeze this. I will freeze column of this. Now this freezing concept, I know it's easy, but I want to repeat it because this sometimes gets very confusing. Now you need to understand why I freezed row and column in this, and why just I freezed only the column in this. You need to be aware, because in this here I want to drag it, right? Drag below so that I get the respective values. Here it is only one static cell. Hence here I freezed both row and column. Here I just freezed the column. And if I just freeze, let's see what happens if I just freeze both row and column, and then if I drag, it will give the same value. Okay, because it is, you see, everywhere it is appearing y2. Now if I just freeze column, it will change the row. It is y2, y3, y4. That is what we want. Okay, clear so far? Everyone clear with what we have done? Say yes. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So now, अच्छा, see, our chart का जो source है, it's coming from this. Okay, this value. Now we need to put profit को हम लोग अलग से नहीं रख सकते यहाँ पे, अलग से we cannot do, and we cannot link it with the chart. We need it here. Now what I will do, I'll write a small if condition. If my radio button का जो सेल लिंक है वो अगर 1 है, then पहला वाला get pivot, okay, पहला वाला get pivot which is giving me sales, else else, and by default, see, we just have two conditions, so I can directly end it in the else statement. Else give me uh, say profit, okay. Now if it will not work because I have to freeze this, तो वो drag हो जाएगा. Now if you see, these values are changing, and when I am selecting, see, इससे तो change हो ही रहा है, it is giving me corporate and home office, but अभी यहाँ से भी change होगा. Like when I select sales, it will give me sales. When I select profit, it will give me profit. Okay. So this could be little confusing, but once you practice it, you will find how easy it is. Now here, I just reference to this cells. You can also write a get pivot. Okay, let's do a if equal to 1, then get pivot sales, else get pivot. यहाँ से लो आप, selling करो profit को, okay, and then just make it uh, dynamic by linking it with the sales. Home office. Okay, so this we don't want this now. Now what I'm doing, if I've written a small if condition, very small. This is not even a nested if. This is just a simple if condition. Nested if is even more complex. Okay, if my radio button का cell link is 1, then give me sales. Else का एक ही condition बचा है, वो 2 है. Else give me profit. Okay. Now it is changing based on any questions here? I started the recording. Kya? Any questions? Good. I'll consider the silence as no. Now let me छोटा कर देते इसको. Okay. Okay, we have answered. किधर गया अपना questions? हाँ. Now what business? We have answered these two questions. Now what business wants is want to find out which are my top 10 cities by sales, which are contributing to sales. Okay, which are my top 10 cities. So this is again is going to be very simple. All we need to find out through my pivot, I'll find out which are my top 10 cities. Okay, so ये मैंने क्या किया है, मैंने just दो field लिया है pivot में, my city and my sales, and then I have sorted the value. यहाँ पे click करके just sort largest to smallest. Then I'll get the largest city. Now these are my top 10. Okay, these are my top 10. Now simply I will take this and put it in my dashboard का working. कहाँ पे डालूँ? Just so you need to arrange it properly. Yeah? So, I used to arrange it randomly before. Then it was really challenging to figure out after 1 month if I want to make changes in the dashboard. Now it was really, so I followed a practice to arrange things properly so that it easily you are able to easily locate things. Now so these are my top 10 cities. I'll just create a simple bar chart. Insert bar chart. Let's 3D का chart लेता हूँ. 3D chart, okay. So today's session will be little extended. I plan to cover, finish our training session today. So after this, there is one more topic that we'll see is Pareto analysis. Um, then probably we will end our sessions. Okay. Top 10. So this is giving me top 10 ka value. Now I showed this to the business. As usual, business really liked it, but they also gave me one more suggestion that the top 10 cities are good, but they do not want to lose visibility on other cities as well. They also want to see the performance of other cities. Now let's see how we do that. We will make use of the we'll make use of scroll bar. Okay, here we have scroll bar. I will just create a scroll bar here. Okay. So right now this scroll bar is not linked to anything. You just you can play with it, but it will not change anything. Uh, chart थोड़ा छोटा कर देता हूँ. Okay. Now we need to link this scroll bar to our bar chart, so that when you scroll, you also get to see the performance of other cities and not just top 10 cities. Now let's see how to do that. Okay. And one thing, as I said, is very common for all the form control is cell link. Now, similarly for this, we'll have a, here there are a lot of values, maximum, minimum, and you can then, figure out on your own. Simple things. Cell link is, I will link it to my, let's say Y9. कोई दूसरा कलर दे देता हूँ, ग्रीन कलर. Okay. So I'll just say for my understanding, selling for scroll bar. Now when you see this is changing. Okay. When you just scroll, ये 8 9 10 हो रहा है, and maximum कितना रखना है कितना नहीं रखना है, you can just assign it a maximum. Here is until you can make it 1000, whatever you want. You want to increment by 1 or 2. ये page change, I'm not sure, I've not used it. But maximum will keep it 100 for now. Will increment by 1. Okay. Now what I will do, I will नीचे का सेल है जो ये, I'll just reset this to 0. Okay. This equal ऊपर का सेल I'm selecting equal to ऊपर का सेल, that is Y10 plus 1. Okay. I'll just drag this formula to below. So अभी क्या हो रहा है, it is ऊपर का 0 है, then the नीचे का 1 हो गया. When I scroll it, ऊपर का जो है main scroll जो है, that is 1, and it is changing all the values respectively because we are doing +1. Okay, we are doing +1, na? +1 from above. So let's say when I scroll, it will appear that these numbers are also scrolling. Now these are still the static though, right? We need to make this dynamic. All we need to do is a simple VLOOKUP we need to write from our pivot ka. So pivot may I will do that. So the numbering is always already there, right? I done it, the numbering, and this will use as a key for our VLOOKUP. Okay. Now let's this reset our scroll bar to 0. I will write a simple VLOOKUP equal to VLOOKUP. Lookup value is this, comma. मेरा टेबल एरे इस ये पूरा पिवट को ले लो. ओके. फ्रीज इट, कॉमा 2, कॉमा 0. ओके. अब ये मेरा सिटी आ गया, या मेरे को ओके क्या प्रॉब्लम है, यू नीड टू फ्रीज दिस. And I will change this to 3 because मेरा जो 3 है, मेरा जो sales है, that is in the third position. What I meant by third position is, मेरा जो key है, key is in the first position, second position is my cities, third position is my sales. Okay, so यहाँ पे मेरे को चाहिए city, and here I want sales. So the VLOOKUP मैंने जो लिखा, first में I did a 2 and then second में 3 because I want my sales here. Now when I drag it, it is basically giving me the values using this key. Now when I scroll my chart, it will appear that your chart is scrolling, but in reality it is just bringing the number using VLOOKUP, simple VLOOKUP. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, yeah, again, so these things are very easy, but yeah, you need to practice it, to get it registered in your mind, because at times it could be really confusing. So what I'll do, I'll also share this file with you all, okay, after this session. This includes everything that we have learned, all the tabs and everything we have learned so far. Everything is there in the tab in this workbook. I'll email this to you so that you can refer and practice. Okay, now let's do a Pareto analysis. We have spent a lot of time in this. Everyone is okay with having the extended session, or do you want me to do one more session after this?
You can extend.
I'm okay with either or. Yeah, either or.
I think we need 15 minutes more. A very important thing that we are going to learn is Pareto analysis. I have also not done that for a long time in Excel. I used to do it I am continuously doing it in Tableau. I may struggle a little bit, but please bear with me if I struggle. Pareto analysis. Now let's understand the use case.
Like I said.
Okay, so these are my cities and these are my the sales for the respective cities. Now one more question. So again, as usual, I presented this to my client. They really liked it, but they again gave me one suggestion. They also want to see which are my cities that are contributing to 80% of sales. Okay, 80% of total sales. Like total sales is 1,000, just a hypothetical example. How many cities are contributing to 800 out of it? Okay, that is the 80% of sales that you want to figure out. And this is a very important analysis when you in the real data world. You are going to use this analysis a lot, basically, to narrow down the scope of let's say one more use case will be in supply chain world. You want to find out which are the vendors which are contributing to 80% of the spend. Let's say you have 100 vendors that you're dealing with, but there are only 10 vendors which are contributing to 80% of spend. Okay, then you can ignore rest 90 from the scope of your analysis. You can focus, you can concentrate only on the 10 vendors, which are the big vendors which are contributing to 80% of spend. Okay, so this is why we learn Pareto analysis. Let's see. Let me do a working here. I'll bring my city data. Cities and sales. Okay, so the data is already sorted from highest to lowest. It is already giving me, but we need to find out top 10. Yes, okay, over. Now it is good. Okay, I'll name this as Pareto. Now just bear with me what I'm doing. Equal to this. Now, if you do this divided by sum of total, it is giving the percentage for the individual city. Okay, it is saying that New York is contributing to 5, and then you drag it. So it's very important. Ask me, even if you have to ask me questions 10 times, I'm okay, but it's very important to understand the concepts. Okay. See, this percentage, it is giving me the percentage of individual cities. It is telling me New York is contributing to 5%, Los Angeles is 4%, Philadelphia is 2%. So what we are doing is, just, but this is not we want. For Pareto, we need to find out together how much uh, together my top 10 cities are contributing to total sales. Okay. And hence we did this ये मैंने यहाँ पे लाया, and this I did, इससे ऊपर वाले से मैं ऐड कर रहा हूँ, so that I get the total cumulative sales. Okay, it's a cumulative sales. I'll name this as cumulative sales. Okay, understood why I did this? Now this is my top 10 is contributing to total close to 5 lakhs. Okay, close to 4 lakh 69,000. ये together, individually आप देखोगे तो ये है, but together ये है. Okay, now we just need to find the percentage of it. Percentage of Pareto, percentage cumulative. Now what I will do, I'll simply this divided by my sum of sales. Sum में यहाँ से लूँगा. Okay, I'll drag this, I'll freeze this, close. Okay. Okay. Now if I drag this, it is giving me, see, मेरा top 10 is contributing to total of 21% of sales. Okay, 21% of sales is coming from my top 10. Now business, to answer the business question, we want which are the top 10 cities contributing to 80% of sales. Now we need to find out 80 कहाँ पे है. ये क्या हो गया?
नीचे क्यूमुलेटिव आपने ड्रैग नहीं किया ना, आपने टॉप 10 में क्यूमुलेटिव कर रखा है, तो आपको पुश करना पड़ेगा नीचे. हाँ हाँ,
एक मिनट. अच्छा सॉरी. अरे यार ये क्या हो गया? इक्वल टू दिस प्लस इक्वल टू दिस प्लस दिस. Okay. Okay, so the top 10 is contributing to 21. हम लोग का 80% जो है वो है, अरे नहीं यार, डायरेक्ट 50 पे एंड क्यों हो रहा है वो?
क्योंकि नीचे बहुत कम है ना डेटा, सो इट्स ओनली $1.3, सो दैट्स नॉट द
अच्छा
हाईएस्ट
अच्छा
कंट्रीब्यूटर,
अच्छा अच्छा,
इसलिए.
आई थिंक या आई थिंक द यूज केस इज नॉट प्रॉपर. डायरेक्ट
सो
50
इस
से
केस में
डायरेक्ट ये जंप किया.
50% इज द हाईएस्ट दैट यू कैन गेट.
एक मिनट, लेट मी जस्ट कंफर्म इफ द एवरीथिंग इज करेक्ट. हाँ यार, एवरीथिंग इज राइट. ओके ओके, नहीं 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 नहीं, ये ग्रैंड टोटल आ गया ना यार. ग्रैंड टोटल
अच्छा,
आ गया था पूरा इसमें. इट वाज
ओके
messing up the, so here we get our 80% वाला. ग्रैंड टोटल शुड नॉट इंक्लूड, बिकॉज ग्रैंड टोटल का वैल्यू बहुत बड़ा हो गया था, उसके वजह से इट वाज
ओके.
मेसिंग अप द परसेंटेज. ओके, या, so let's say we found out the answer. Now we need to put it in. So out of total 500 customers, top 82 are contributing to 80% of our sales. Okay, here it is. Now let's see how to put this in a chart. Now I may struggle a little bit because I'm doing this after a very long time, but let's understand. Okay, इसी में कर देंगे हम लोग. नहीं, let's create a new chart only. Okay. What I need is city. this is going to end. I think we should be done. If you are not done, then I think I would request you to join. I think we have around 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes more remaining. Uh, Now let's create a Pareto chart. I think Excel has given ready-made options now. यार ये क्या है, ये तकलीफ है यार. See, ready-made options available है Pareto का. This has made really life easy. Okay, so this will basically give you a Pareto. So otherwise, it was very challenging before. I think Excel and Microsoft understood the challenge that we go through to create a Pareto, and then there's a ready-made options available. Okay, so all you need to do is just select your chart, and it will give you the recommendation. Just click on the recommendation, and it will give you a Pareto chart. So this is called Pareto. Okay, but we'll make it dynamic. But important thing is to understand the concept. The concept that I just showed. What the concept is, and we will make it dynamic. How is by linking it with scroll bar. Now iska I'll put labels, data labels. Okay, so my top 10 is contributing to 43%, which is not bad. I mean, uh, which is good. Okay, now let's see. No, so I'll not cover the scroll bar part, which I've already covered. Now it's going to be the same. We want to do the scroll bar. You need to follow the same law technique that we did here. But here we are getting the top 10 cities, and we are also getting how much they are contributing to overall sale. So this is the Pareto concept. Um, it's very widely used analysis. I mean, you let's say a food company, a challenge is identifying the cost saving opportunities. Now focusing on 1,000 categories, like 1,000 vendors, will be very challenging. So you need to narrow down the scope of your analysis through Pareto, basically to identify which are the customer that you need to focus on. There is no point in focusing on chote chote chindi customers. We need to focus on vendors. We need to focus on top vendors. So to identify the top vendors, Pareto analysis is very must. You do this analysis, you find out your top vendors that you need to focus on, the vendors which are contributing to the X percentage of your sales. Then next step will be to further analysis by we applying various business strategies to get the savings. Okay, everyone, any questions here? It's good that an Excel has come up with, this was a little challenging earlier to build the Pareto analysis, but now in Excel 2010, this is ready-made, it is readily available. I'll just get rid of the headlines. Okay. So we end our, where we end, I think we took almost a month to complete our sessions. I think, hope you really liked the sessions. You can always, reach out to me on WhatsApp or in email if you want to learn anything, if you have any more questions. Uh, so to give my feedback, I would really expect you to give me feedback on LinkedIn. I'll share my LinkedIn profile with you all. I'm, basically doing my, marketing on LinkedIn. If you really like the sessions, you do provide your feedback on LinkedIn once I share the, detail. And yes, thank you very much for attending the session. So we end our program here. So I am planning to start with an end to end. Let me open. Just किधर गया? End to end data analytics program. So it's a 3 months ka course, okay, which I'm planning to start. It will start with what someone who are into a different profile and want to transition their career into data analytics. I believe this will be the good way to start, because this is the way I have learned. Okay, we'll start with advanced. We will again cover the advanced Excel topics. We'll do understand how the workforce and the MIS reporting needs to be done. Okay, so we'll cover everything that we have learned, the main topics. Then we'll do workforce and MIS, and then for data analytics profile, it's very important to learn a database concept. You need to learn it. With Excel, it's not going to be enough. With Tableau, it's not going to be enough. You need to understand database. What are the database? How to handle the database, how to handle the large data. So after workforce we will really get into how to do the MIS reporting, management simple reporting, that I think some of you already do. For example, I think Dipesh, you do what do you say, summary reports, and no, do for our
Yeah.
business. So we are going to cover all those things here. We'll also do resource utilization and all those things. Then we will learn MS Access database. Yeah, once we are well versed with database, we will get into Tableau and analytics. We'll learn basic tableaus, we'll learn advanced visualization. So I am estimating, you know, we'll also see some, major analysis that in industry, you know, relies on. We'll do Pareto is very important for me. What if analysis, scatter plot will do basically to identify the non-performing skews. We'll do market basket analysis, how to find an outlier. Okay, so these are going to be paid sessions, but I'm yet to decide the cost of it. But if anyone is interested, do let me know. I'll share the details and everything, on my LinkedIn. I'll share the LinkedIn profile. Follow me on LinkedIn so that you get regular updates. Also, I have a YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel to receive regular updates. Okay, anyone has any questions?
No, just want to say thank you, Piyush, that these are really helpful sessions to start our journey. Looking forward to work with you a little more around it.
Right. Right, right. So all I expect, is a discipline, little discipline, in terms of practice, because it's going to be initially you may feel that it's easy, but it gets very tougher day by day. So practice, dedicated practice is very required. I mean, very much required. If you're fortunate enough to working somewhere, then you can apply this to your work, so that you feel confidence. Only once you feel confidence, you can really tell everyone that you are learning data analytics, you are transitioning into data analytics. If you just learn, if you just observe, I mean, you are not unless and until you feel confident about it, it's really going to be challenging. This is based on our experience. I used to learn and I used to apply. Some of you know me. Some of you know me. The work that I've been doing in General Mills, the way I have transitioned myself from Excel, and now I'm into a hardcore data analytics science role wherein I'm supporting business and everything. So this has come through little bit of discipline, not much. I mean, once in a week is very much required. I mean, 1 hour in a week. All we need is 1 hour in a week. You know, and a dedicated program. See, you will get information, lot of information in YouTube and everywhere it is available, but it's very vast. Where to focus, hathoda kape marna is going to be, it's very challenging. What you need to learn, there are 1,000 topics. You need to identify what are the different, like 15, 20 topics that you want to learn. That is challenging. So what I'm covering here, I have identified the topics which are very important. There are definitely some more important topics which may not cover here, but these are the basics that you need to start. you know so this will basically transform your journey from, so we'll start with the Excel, we'll move into reporting, we will move into analytics, then we'll move into advanced data visualization. Okay, a bit of data science also. Okay. So yeah, I'll share the details of this course on our WhatsApp group, as well as on LinkedIn, and all the channels that I have. Okay. All right.
Sure,
Thank
Piyush.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Piyush.
Thank you,
Thank
Piyush.
you, Piyush.
Thank you, Piyush.